exact reasons why you don't try to make the sequels or the remakes of something. If the person doesn't understand the source material, if they don't try to stay true to it when making something, it's going to be completely ruined. It's just going to be vanquished. So, like, if we were to do examples of what the remake did right, what the movie did wrong. So let's say we go with the original. We know the thing is James is searching for his dead wife Mary. We start at the bathroom. We go to the pier. We read the note. We find that the road into town is blocked. So we go down the path to the cemetery. So then let's go with what the remake did right. It literally did all that. But then they added some small bits. Like you can go back and be like, okay, yeah, no, I can't just go. My wife's probably here. And you even get like a little achievement for that, for being like one of those people who are like, I'm not gonna just do this. This seems sus. You get more like stuff that you can see with James's car and Eddie's that give foreshadowing. Sadly, we don't have an opening like the original has for all these events. So unlike the original, the remake doesn't have context that the white van is Eddie's. But they tried to fix that by adding in a theme with Eddie that I think works well to show all that Eddie stands for. And it's food. So you look at his car and you can see like junk, like empty junk food, like fast food cups. You see, I think it's like empty pizza boxes or something. So you know, hey, this is Eddie's. And you look at James's, you see the blanket, subtle foreshadowing. You see the map. It's good. And then there was a thing that almost ruined it, but luckily it was fixed later on with patches of the game. But when I played it, these patches weren't made yet. But it was like the mirror scene. There's an important thing in the mirror scene that he is staring at himself. But because of the shadows, you can't see his eyes. Also for spoiler reasons. But then you look and you see the remake first when it first came out, and they did not even have the shadow over his eyes. And it gave a completely different feeling, especially since the actor added emotion to it. But besides that, everything plays out the same all the way to the gates. Just with the cool few smart details here and there. Though I have to say the remake kind of botched it a bit with only one thing on the forest trail. And that is being able to hear the dogs howl. Thing is, with the original game, it was made to sound like you're constantly being hunted by dogs. Like they're somewhere there. They're constantly howling, they're running on your heels a bit, but they're not really there, you know? Well, with this one, it's like you'll barely every so often for like you'll probably only like once or twice hear a dog actually howl. Unless you're lucky that the game decides by random chance to get the other dog howls, which is kind of stupid in this case. Because the point of it is like to be a reference to Dante's Inferno. As you're stuck in this misty wood trying to get where you're going, over time you hear the dogs howl. You're supposed to get this feeling of being stalked, then chased. Which it does well. But the remake, it's not as foggy. You don't get this feeling of being chased, but you do get the feeling that you're being stalked or watched, I can say. Now the remake, it gets everything wrong. You don't even start where the game starts. Heck, the opening doesn't even get a proper opening, let alone it's not even the opening for the actual game. Instead, it starts with him getting drunk, which is of course something they mention later on in the game, or hint at, but mostly the remake. And then they introduce this whole new thing of him having a therapist, of him being a painter, and then having him just decide to go to Silent Hill. They didn't even have him read a proper letter. It was like something like, "Oh yeah, I'll be here waiting for you. Yeah, bye." It's like, okay, I'll try that out. It's like, I looked at that, I'd be like, bitch, this ain't from Sonic. This is probably somebody pretending to be them. I'm gonna be harassed or some shit, and like drugged and raped and shit. No. Oh, careful. Stupid microphone. But yeah. He decides to go. Then suddenly has like some weird vision. We get a backlash to how he sees Mary. Which makes no sense since they never meet there. And for in movie purposes, what she did made no sense as a person trying to escape. I'd be like, come back, get the clothes, or just go on that train minus my stuff. I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna leave. I'll be like, screw it. I can't keep doing this. And no, dude, I'm not gonna let you freaking bring my stuff. Just help me bring this one because I know it is properly locked. The other one I can check to see if it's properly locked or not. Get that on the bus, and I'm going. I'm not staying. But either way, she goes. She decides to stay with him and then go into the town she's running from. And it ends like that. Not even a stop at the pier. And then suddenly he's at the pier. And then he doesn't even look at himself in the bathroom. That happens all the way at the start. While he's at like some bar. And it's not even made with the same context and stuff. So it's completely wrong. They show him looking at the pier, and it's like all the CGI is made to make it look like it's inside of a game, not a real place, which makes it look so bad. And then he walks down the thing and somehow ends up straight at the straight at the graveyard, and it's like, that's how you ruin it. You miss the stuff that lead up. To like where everything's going. Oh, and then there's some moths on the window. Also, sorry for talking about. And that's empty. And there's dead moths on the bed. And then weirdly, in like a perfect little line there, it's like, I get there's supposed to be dead moths, but it's like at least add like more on the sides or on the thing. That just looks weird. Pink skies, okay. Oh wait, no, Mildred. Mildred, which one are you again? Okay. No! James. Well, no. James. Okay. And Mildred's stored. No. And I know there's, if I remember correctly, there's not enemies in here. But I like how they have this here. It's all like creepy that these frickin' things are able to like make such noises. And with that, I know there's stuff we have to do here. And it's like, oh, the amount of moths and things changes too. Okay. But also because of that, I'm like kind of confused because the actual is like an important part of that story. I say, no matter how easy it is, it's a good important thing to have. But yeah, so then we have all that. Then I forgot, do they pull a sneaky on this as well? No, okay. So let's start with, I think it's the crescent. We have, if I remember correctly, it's like number of wings. So it's like 2, 4. No, oh, it's just like counting. So 1, 2, 3, I guess. 3. Then which one is this going to be? Best head moth. So 1.